Gradey Dick, welcome to the pop-up podcast here at The Shift. Thank you for stopping by. How was your summer? But I feel like I already know because I saw you for one event during the summer.
It was great.
Yeah. No, I saw you at what? I saw you at in Montreal Grand Prix.
Yeah, F1.
First F1 experience, and
sweet. Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah,
like you said, it was my first one, so I didn't really know what to expect, but they go fast. It was entertaining to watch.
He gonna say they go fast.
They go real
wow,
fast.
Sherlock. Wow. But no, when you think about this summer and being obviously back home as well, which is somewhere that you like to go back home, how were you able to just debrief, relax, get back to routine? What did that look like for you?
Yeah, exactly that. Go back home, be with my family. That'll do the job, but go fish with my brothers. My sister will come out there and fish a little bit, but
didn't your sister get married? Did she get married? Yes.
She got married last year, sorry.
Okay.
But or actually 2 years ago. Then it was my brother last year, then now my other brother this year.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had a wedding.
Family's all good.
Yep, all married.
How's dad? He said, not me. Okay, no one asked.
Getting there though.
Getting there, yes, because I did see you on Wags.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
We
Carla. Love a stan.
Yeah, of course.
Period.
Yeah.
How's dad? I love your father because one thing he gonna be is everywhere you are, but he's just so proud.
Yeah.
So how is he?
Oh, he's amazing. Yeah, exactly. He's always finding a way to brag about me to someone.
Period.
As a great dad should. He's always, doing everything he can to help, but yeah, he's always in the mix and it's funny.
I always think, because I think of my mom and how excited she gets, it's also your parents' first time doing everything too.
Yeah.
So of all the firsts that you've allowed your dad to kind of experience with you, what memory sticks out the most?
I'd say probably just the NBA draft.
Mm-hmm.
You can't beat that night because that's, everything that me and him have worked for, let alone my family, but just me and him, alone, writing my goals in a notebook and finally getting to that point and, being there with him. It's a dream come true.
I remember that night. I think a lot of people do because of what you were wearing. And I just remember, okay, Gradey's got a personality. It's a different one. Let's check back in 3 years to see if he's still going to be that same person or if the NBA changes him. Because we've seen it happen before.
Yeah.
And I got to say, you're the same.
Yeah.
What keeps you on a path that allows you to stay you, so authentic, and not be moved or phased by the NBA?
I think just remembering I have fun in my life, just being myself. I feel like, if you try to be someone who you're not, life gets stale. And, I love my life and I love being myself, like I said. And I feel like the people in my circle allow me to be myself. And I kind of keep a small circle with just my family, my girlfriend, and a couple of my really close friends, obviously my teammates, but no judgment there. They just let me be goofy.
They just let you do you. I said, this man's filming his TikToks. Nobody is stopping the movement. Nobody is it's just, I think that we joke about it, but it's actually really, really special because there's so much superficialness, I think, that exists at this level. You know this. So to have something real, to protect something real requires work. So how do you protect that for yourself outside of people?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, you said besides people, but I mean, I'm always go back to just my people because they help me protect that. Not that, I'm, being a certain person because of others, but this is how I was raised,
right?
With my parents, raising us kids, and my 3 other siblings like that. But like I said, I have fun being myself. I can imagine being someone who I'm not,
right?
And I don't know. I feel like life's more enjoyable when I'm doing that.
Can you believe that we're headed into year 3?
It's crazy.
What?
Yeah, I remember just being drafted. Now we're talking about year 3 media day.
It's an interesting year 3 because I think traditionally you would think someone in their 3rd year in the NBA, there's not much that's required, but for yourself in this specific situation, there's a level of leadership that has to exist with how many young guys are in the locker room. So how have you seen yourself change to adapt to that?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I feel like my first 2 years, obviously I'm still a young guy, but being even younger then, it's more of a sense of leadership in the way of, leading by example, because you may or may not have a voice, you know, being the young guy coming in. You're not just going to come in commanding and start yelling at the vets. Yeah, that wouldn't go good. So you got to, you know, just come in here and, you know, do it by your work ethic.
Right.
And I feel like, you know, as the years progress, you start to get a voice, you know, you start to, you know, help other guys out. You know, if there's a rookie this year, you know, facing some difficulties or something, and I've basically felt like I've been in his shoes in the same way that I can help him with that.
I call it the 15 because everyone comes back from the summer saying, I put on 15 pounds or I lost 15 pounds. It's just this level of, I think, of obsession that maybe media, but also people have with weight and just physique and how you can add to your game. So I'm going to ask you specifically, what are you most proud of that you've done for yourself this summer? Does not need to be weight. What's the one thing that you're like, okay, this is what I did this summer?
I think just being consistent with my work. You know, I feel like I've always been consistent with my shooting and never changed up my shot, never changed up kind of the way I work out and the way how hard I go when I work out. But I'd say I'm really focusing on being consistent with stacking days. Me and my dad made it a priority to not miss more than one day in a row of working out. Obviously, you need a day of rest. Whether it be your Sundays or whether it be whatever day you want, but yeah, just not going 2 days without shooting and working out. So, yeah, tone in on that and focus on that.
Going into year 3, it's not that long, but you've learned enough about the NBA. So I want to ask you, heading into the season, what lesson would you like to see in practice for this year to come?
Building good habits on the travel days. I feel like that gets overlooked. People don't see that a lot. They just see, you know, what we do on the court, but they don't really see how much we have to travel. No complaints. Just
no. Yeah. Let's talk about that because they don't see. It's a lot of traveling. And then also people don't think about the fact that after a game, heading to another city, you're getting into the hotel at like, what, 3, 4 in the morning? Yeah. And then having to get up, right? No one's complaining. It's the NBA.
Yeah, no complaints. But at the end of the day, if I'm trying to focus on my sleep, you know, it's tough to kind of get in a rhythm of, you have a back-to-back game in a different city. Right. The next day, we could play in Toronto, fly out the same night, play the next day in a different city. So, I think going back to that, I think just building good habits of trying to get your hours of sleep any way you can get it on the plane, whatnot, nutrition, and trying to maintain all that with the travel is probably the hardest thing to do, but build good habits you can.
Well, best of luck this year. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.